Hi, Hiram here. Going to do another modification on this ALOCS 7-piece camping cook set. Earlier I did a modification where I put holes down here about an inch off of the burner and had two wires that I put in there. From that one I got a remark or a comment from, I don't know how to say this, Prankus 2009, that's Prankus 2009, where what he did was he suggested that I move these wires up to the same height as what the plate was originally. So that's what I did. I punched 4 more holes and shortened the wires. Now the problem that comes in is this setup here is not symmetric. This side, this solid piece here, was much wider than this side. Really poor programming as far as I'm concerned. This is what I do for a living, punching stuff like this, making programs for it. And what happened was, because these weren't uniform, I had to jockey around with my hole placement. I think I finally got it on here. It's a little wampus, but it should go on. So what I'll do now is get my, I got my alcohol, but I'll get my water prepped and I'll be right back for a quick test. Okay, I have my water set up. Let me light this. Get it to a bloom. Now, one other modification I also did with this was the wires. I trimmed them down a bit. Earlier, I was comparing it to this plate. The plate weighed 58 grams. I replaced the plate with 2 wires. These are wires that you can harvest along the road, especially around voting time. They just grow everywhere. But the original 2 wires, well, these wires that I had in here, the original lengths weighed 35 grams, which was 23 grams less than this. I shortened them down to what I needed, and now they only weigh 26 grams, so that's even 9 grams less, or 32 grams less than this plate. So that ought to make the gram weenies really happy. Okay, I've got a bloom here. 2 cups of water, setting at 60 degrees. And let's see what happens now from elevating the pot off the burner. We're now at 3 minutes into the test, and the temperature is up to 117 degrees from starting at 60. I think you can see the flames here. Now I got a comment, oops, forgot to set the thermometer. I got a comment from the bee bopper, and he was saying that he thinks that this might be starving for oxygen. I find that a little hard to believe with these huge openings and stuff that are in here. But I have a couple more tests here I was thinking of doing. I'll explain that at the end. So let's let this go and see what happens. And here we have 210, 211, 212 at 636. Interesting. Okay, let me take this off. Want to put that out because I want to take a test. There we go. I want to test the how much methanol was used in this. Okay, that was surprising, I must admit. When I did it with the original plate, which was in the same place, that came out to 2 cups of water starting at 60 degrees, came to a full boil in 7 minutes and 15 seconds. When I did this test the other day, using these holes that were 1 inch off of the burner, like so, that came out 2 cups of water starting at 60 degrees, came to a full boil in 7 minutes and 34 seconds. Now today, when I use the suggestion by Francus 2009, where I brought the wires up to the same height as what the plate was, now it comes to a boil in 6 minutes and 36 seconds, about a minute faster. I don't know. This one's got me stumped. The flames didn't look as good. It kind of, I don't know, just kind of spread out. If you saw on camera too, they were a bit spread out. Now, the bebopper suggested that maybe it wasn't getting enough air. I think I showed this to you before, that there's lots of air holes in the bottom of this thing to give it air. Bebopper suggested that maybe putting it on a fan, something like this muffin fan thing I showed you before, just set this on the top of it and let it, just go to town like this. Although this is probably way too fast. This will give me like a blowtorch. I'll have to put this on the dimmer switch type of a thing and knock this thing down a bit. So I'm not sure. Now, one other test that I wanted to do with this yet, if there's an interest, was I got high temperature paint. This stuff, it's high temperature Rust-Oleum, silver. I thought maybe I could paint the inside of this and see if it would reflect the heat back in better. When I forgot to do this, I should have. It was reading 300, oh, there it still is. About 300 degrees in some places on the outside of this pot stand. So that's a lot of heat wasted there. Maybe this anodized inside is absorbing the heat and causing this whole big thing to become a heat sink. It's been suggested to me to either paint it silver on the inside or use aluminum in here. I think aluminum might melt. This paint says that it resists heat up to 2,000 degrees, so I might try this. This has me a little baffled. I really thought the lower wires would work much better, but here, raising it back up, it came about a minute faster than with the plate in the same position, just like that, or about a minute faster than when I used the lower wires. So I thank Francus 2009 for his comment and his suggestion on this. I thank the bebopper for his suggestion. I'll maybe play with that. I thank you for watching. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.